Hola. Hola Fabiana, estamos aquí esperando que se conecte Guruji. Acabamos de practicarlo y funcionó. But we're waiting for Guruji to connect. As soon. Okay. Yes, I'm excited to hear about this topic too. It's a wonderful topic, very interesting. And Guruji just called me, and so he's gonna connect very soon. Let's see, he's gonna be here very soon. So let's start talking about him a little bit about who Guruji is. So we call him Guruji, and his name is Guru Bhaneshwaranand, often called Guruji, and he's a living enlightened master of our time who brings spiritual inspiration, life wisdom, and positive transformation to thousands of people on their personal journey to self-improvement and spiritual enlightenment. So I am super excited to hear how to get to our higher self, because Guruji has a lot of wisdom. Here he is. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Guruji. Namaste.
Namaste.
How are you?
Very fine. Thank you.
Oh, I love it when you sit with a tree behind you. It looks beautiful.
Yes, this is the
Yes.
place of our ashram where usually I sit. Yeah.
Really? I really like it because usually we do it, the Spanish Instagram, we do it when it's night for you, so we
Yes.
don't
So
see
I
we
have to
don't
go
see the
inside.
beautiful
Yes.
tree. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be here with you, and to start this new series of Instagram lives in the English channel. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to benefit from this information. And just before we start, I wanted to read a little bit. Um, we're talking with Guru Bhaneshwaranand, often called Guruji. And well, Guruji is a living enlightened master of our time who brings spiritual inspiration, life wisdom, and positive transformation to thousands of people on their personal journey to self-improvement and spiritual enlightenment. So that's a little piece of what says in the website gurudam.net. If you want to know more, and courses that Guruji gives, you can go to gurudam.net, and there's a lot of information and live videos and classes and workshops and all kinds of interesting things to learn. So we're very excited to hear how to get to our connect to our higher self. That's that's why I'm here. That's why I found you, Guruji. That's what I want to know. That's exactly what I want to know with all the courses I've done. So I'm very excited for today's live, and I think we can start because this post will be saved in the Instagram TV of the channel of the Guru Bhaneshwaranand channel, and I think we can start, Guruji.
Thank you. पूर्णं सतान्यै परिपूर्णरूपं विहिवल सतान्यै दीर्घो वदान्यम् आविर्भतां पूर्णमदयो पुण्यं गुरुर्वै शरण्यं गुरुर्वै शरण्यं. Paying my highest respect to my Guru, I start today's session, and this which we have said to you says that purpose of life is to attain completeness. Completeness has several definitions according to people's choice, but when we are in spirituality, a very simple definition of completeness can be that you have identified yourself. You have found yourself. And when you find yourself, there is nothing more to find. Unless we find ourselves, we keep searching. If you see everyone's life, what you are doing nothing but searching. Searching what? We don't know. And therefore what happens? We try to search some object. We try to search some job positions. We try to search some education. And the moment that job positions is met, the moment we are able to find what we were searching, what happens? Does your search stop? It doesn't. You start searching something different, a further job position or something you start searching, and your search continues because we were not knowing what we are searching. Connecting to higher self is eliminating that search from us. And when we eliminate that search, nothing remains to be searched again. And therefore, very nice definition of connecting to your higher self can be said that when all your jobs gets completed and life still remains, that is liberation. That is your final goal. But it doesn't happen. What happens? Our life ends. And our goal does not end. And then what happens that at the time of our death, whatever the goal was remaining, we were thinking, and we leave our body. And then we carry this to our next life. Life after life, this journey keeps going, search keeps happening, but we do not find what we are searching. It is being said very nicely in management and psychology that finding solution to your problem is very easy. Then why do we not find the solutions? Because we do not understand our problem. Problem is somewhere else. Problem is something that is bothering you, and you are thinking that, oh, I'm looking for more money, more monetary gains. No. In even everyday's businesses, everyday's life, in our relationships, in every aspect of life, in our business, relationships, family members, things, home, office, it always happens to us that we think that we have found the problem. Even when you go to hospitals, You think you have temperature, you take the medicine for temperature and temperature will become alright. We do not search the cause of temperature. And unless you have found the cause, temperature may become alright temporarily, but you are not going to become alright. In your relationships, you are fighting. Basically, romantic partners, they start quarreling, fighting. And they think fighting is the cause and they are trying to search the solution for their fighting. But the real cause is something inside you which is bothering you. It's not your partner who is disturbing you. It is the disturbance inside of you which comes out on surface in form of your partner's disturbance. So, the basic thing what I want to draw your kind attention here, that we keep looking for solutions, not knowing what the problem is. We try to find the answers of our question. We don't know what the question is. Spirituality is the journey in which answers are not found. And believe me, you try for as many years as you want, you can try for your whole life, second life, third life, fourth life, and thousands of years, solutions cannot be found. And then what happens when awakening takes place? When you meet your higher self, when the consciousness starts rising in you, when Kundalini energy rises up, what happens? Questions dies off automatically. There was a person called Dhruva, and I do Dhruvasana in the Yogasana posters because that was the position in which he did his prayers. He had a lot of questions. Why my father is not loving me? Why he doesn't take care of me? Why this has happened? Why I am not part of the kingdom? And why and why and why? There were millions of questions in his mind. His age was very less and millions of questions. And then his Guru Narad said him, why don't you do some tapa so that you can get connected to source, you can get connected to the wisdom present in the universe, and then you can ask these questions to that source, that wisdom. He did a very great sadhana, remained in the forest for about 6 months, stopped his breath, and God in the human form appeared in front of him. Yeah. Now the conversation between him and his sister goes like this. It says, why are you doing this hard work? What is the need at this small age? He says, I want to know this, 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 I want to know this. I'm looking for the wisdom, and these are million questions which I have in my mind, and please remove all my doubts. What source in human form, Narayan, what Narayan did, he said, why don't you come on my lap? Questions and answers session will go on for years, but you sit in my lap with love and we will talk. And that was a trap, you know. God always have a trap for us. So he went and sat down very lovingly on God's lap, who was in the human form at the moment. And then what Narayan did? Narayan touched his crown chakra like this. And he asked, Dhruva, yes, my lord. You are asking something. Now let us answer your question one by one. Dhruva says, I don't have any question. Just 10 minutes before you said that you had a lot of questions, million of questions. I cannot answer maybe millions, but of course I will try to answer 5, 10 of them, and you get that wisdom. That was history, my lord. I had plenty of questions, but now nothing is left. That is the state of connecting to your higher self. That is the state in which you become that all your questions automatically dies off and you become your own self. Not that I have met this, I have met that. You met yourself. And now we understand that why are we not able to meet ourselves? It's a beautiful thing to meet yourself, but why are we not able to meet ourselves? Because the illusion of I. We have never understood the creation itself. We have never tried to live naturally. You know, the moment you talk to a person, anyone of us, they say, you know, my situations were very adverse, but my grandfather, I'm giving an example, these are very often children are not happy with their parents, but they are very happy with their grandparents. So you ask somebody, my father did not give me anything, you know. He was very mean to me. But my grandfather gave me $1,000 and with that I started my life and today I have 3 billions. You know, I made it everything myself. That ego does not allow us to connect you to yourself. And is this ego real? Human being has no capacity to do anything on their own. Many of you will not agree with me, but try to understand. Some few days back, a person had a heated argument with me. He always wanted to prove his points, you know, that either this way or that way, he wanted to prove the point that he has done everything. And he has capacity of doing anything and everything on his own. And then I asked him, very simple question, can you speak Chinese? He says, no. How can I? Why you cannot? And then second question I asked, can you speak German? He says, yes. Why you can speak German? He did not know the answer. We can speak German because my mother was speaking. And we cannot speak Chinese because nobody at our home was speaking Chinese. If we go to China, everybody speaks Chinese, but they don't know German. It is because anything you are just a part of the great chain called humanity. And see, you made 3 billion by making computer. But lot of people has worked before you, and lot of people has worked after you to make your business successful. You think you have done it alone, but you have not done alone. Yes, you were a leader and you have guided your people very nicely. They have worked for you and you have made this money. That is the reality. What is illusion? Illusion is that I have made it. I made this, I loved so and so, I did this. That I is a hurdle in identifying yourself. Because what is yourself? Yourself, you think that you are yourself. Another very important discussions once I had with somebody, that what you say always that your higher self. What is your higher self? Can you just try and explain it to me? I thought for a while and then I told him, okay, what is not yourself? And then I have said this in my many discussions, this example, because I discussed with him. What is not yourself? If you try to remove all that who is not you, what remains is you. And human being is made of basically 5 things. 6th and 7th also is there, but basically 5 things. And those 5 things are earth, water, fire, air and space. And that is what our body is. When we die, earth is given to earth, water is given to water, fire is given to fire, space is given to space and everything. What remains is us. What is the difference between dead and alive? We have same nose after we die, same eyes after we die, same head, same brain cells, same hand, same everything. But still, there is nothing. What is not there is called consciousness. So, space and consciousness forms you, forms your higher self. And how do you understand? There are many methods. You can do it by yoga. You can do it by listening to your inner voice also. Everything you try to do, there is always an inner voice which tells you, tries to guide you on your path. We often, because of our ego, because of this big I, we don't listen to it, because we always remains in the addiction of our success. Drugs are very, very harmful, and the biggest drug available on this earth is the illusion. It is in form of illusion, and it always keeps misguiding us. Inner voice comes in and says, no, this is not the right path, let's go. No, on this path I can win 100 people. On this path I can become president of a country. So, we do not hear our inner voices. And when you try to listen to it, it becomes too late. In old age, when we are not able to work properly, when everything is not fine with us, when body doesn't support us, when I am not able to walk properly, and then we try to listen to our inner voice, but by the time we have plenty of goals already remaining, and now we want to tell our children that these goals, my son, my daughter, I tried to fulfill but I could not. And therefore, it is now your duty to fulfill them. And by this, we even spoil their life. We do not allow them also to reach and find themselves. And finding themselves, the state of consciousness has 3 stages. When you learn chakra sciences, then root chakra, sacral chakra, fire chakra, heart chakra, Vishuddha chakra and Agya chakra. The first chakra is earth, second is water, third is fire, fourth is air, fifth is space, and after this consciousness starts. Okay. So, in consciousness, 3 stages of consciousness is there. First stage is unconsciousness, in which all of us live. And what is that unconsciousness? I am different than others, superior than others, inferior than others. I have never thought that what I am never thought. I always thought I am superior to somebody or I am inferior to somebody. You are you. So at this level of unconsciousness, comparison is at the highest stage. Your nose and mine are different. Your legs and mine are different. And then comes the stage of subconsciousness. Your outside world starts disappearing, and with the practice of Paraprasad mantra, with the practice of different meditations, you go and reach to a stage where you start thinking, oh, what I was thinking is wrong. What is right? That you and I are part of same source. There is no difference between you and me. That is the state of subconsciousness, that we start understanding that everything is made from the same thing. Everything is made from the same space. Everything is made from same consciousness. In atomic theory also, it has been like this, that when atom was discovered, why I am explaining atomic theory here? Because from that you can also understand about the consciousness. When scientists discovered atom, they said it is the smallest particle of any substance, and it is different for every substance. So hydrogen atom was different than helium atom, and that is why hydrogen and helium were different. And then later, another research came in, and that research was that no, atom is not the smallest particle. It is made of some particles called neutron, protons and electrons. Now is a very interesting thing comes in. Then what decides what substance something will be? If hydrogen has got the same proton as gold, then how you decide what is hydrogen and what is gold? Decision is by number of protons present in an atom. Everything of the universe is made of same particle. In spirituality it was called tattva, and in science it is now called proton. So gold, mud, earth, building, everything is made of proton. Number of protons decides what metal it would be, whether it would be water, it would be helium, it would be silver, gold, bronze, whatever it is. In the human being, the same thing is there. When you reach to the another level called consciousness, we understand, oh, I and you, there is no difference. Because your body is not you. My body is not me. What is you is your consciousness, and what is me is my consciousness. And my consciousness and your consciousness is nothing but same. At the level of consciousness, there is no difference between you and me. And that consciousness is your true self, your higher self. Now, I always say that if you reach and identify yourself, all the problems of the world are resolved. How? Is a very natural question. When you is me and me is you, can there remain enmity between us? Can there remain a competition between us? Can there remain a theft between us? Can there remain a snatching between us? All answers are no. Because there is nothing to prove. There is nothing to worry. There is nothing to understand. There is nothing to be envy of. There is nothing. And the problem of the world is not that I want to live happily. Problem is that you should not live happily. Problem is not that you want to live happily. Problem is that your neighbor, somebody with whom you are competing, they should have less than you. Then you will become very happy. There was a person who was very jealous. Very jealous. And then God one day said, you can have some blessings, but it's just a fiction I'm talking about, but it is, see how interesting it is and how it is fitting to human being. You have a blessing, whatever you want in this world, you will get it. But your neighbor will get double than that. For a day he was very happy. Oh, that is so nice. And then he wished, I get a very beautiful home in which a swimming pool is there and this and that and everything. He got a very nice home and he saw his neighbor having 2 homes. 2 swimming pools in each home. Oh. For a day again he was happy, there was no problem. Then he thought, I get the story of his old days, he wanted to have an elephant. In today's, he wanted to have a BMW car maybe. So he got a BMW car in front of his house, but he saw his neighbor has 2 cars. And then it is because of my blessings that he is getting blessed. He is getting blessed more than me. It's not right. And then slowly he started getting everything and he got everything and neighbor got double of that. Then he started living nicely for 6 months he lived. Every day thinking, what should I do so that this blessings remains with me and not with the neighbor. And then he got an idea. Everything I get, he gets double. So he said, okay, I lose my 1 eye. Neighbor lost 2. He said, I lose my 1 leg. Neighbor lost 2. Then he started becoming happy. Our happiness is related to our surroundings being sad. That is humanity. Everything, I keep saying, whatever you need for surviving this body is available in plenty on this earth. But human greed becomes higher than the need, because consciousness is missing from all of us. If we, with the help of meditation, with the help of yoga, with the help of mudras, with the help of our inner guidance, it starts moving in that direction, you will start getting benefited out of it. Very simple practical thing what I can teach you here today is Paraprasad mantra. Breathing slowly, and when you breathe, a sound of hasong, song should be heard inside you. And you keep watching your breath, then you will slip into meditation. And when you slip into meditation, you will start developing your inner self. And when you start developing your inner self, your journey to reach to your higher self will start. And the moment you reach there is no journey. I mean, if you tell me how many kilometers I have to go, I don't know, because it is not kilometers, it is journey within. And understanding yourself, what you are. You are not this finger, you are not this nail, you are not the face, you are not the hairs, you are not your body. By ending this body, you do not end. If you are able to understand that by going inside, then you get connected to your higher self. I wish that you start that journey and you get a desire inside of you to start that journey and slowly start doing your meditation and connect to yourself successfully and resolve all the questions, all the problems present in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am.
If you have some questions, it's people can ask. Otherwise, they can send the questions on our session. Wherever you want, you can guide them to send the questions.
Okay, so we do have some questions, but if there's people that are watching this live later, then you can always ask the questions in the comments section. You can leave your question there, and Guruji will answer your question. There's always the website, gurudam.net, and there's a lot of classes and different themes you can look at if you want to learn. But for now, let's read some questions that we have here. And the first one is, can you explain about the tapas you mentioned?
Tapa is chanting, but it is little more than chanting. Chanting in a natural place, not worrying about winter, summer, autumn, or rain. Whatever comes, we take it and live naturally for that time is called tapa. In India, we have a system, even now, these days, we call it Kumbh. Kumbh comes at a place every 12 years and it is being organized at 4 places. And it is in the extreme hot weather, extreme rainy weather, and extreme cold weather. And we go there and live 1 month without air conditioning, without heater, without all those facilities. We live there naturally and chant, try to remain as natural as possible. And if you do that, it is called tapa.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. I hope that answers the question.
I think so. Thank you. There's another question. How can we listen to our higher self and not get confused that it's our ego leading?
Everything in this universe is covered with the adverse qualities. Like diamond is covered with carbon. Every thought is covered with adverse thoughts. Adverse thoughts are illusion and original thought is wisdom. Now close your eyes, ask yourself, the first thought what comes in your mind is wisdom. Immediately, seconds later, there would be another thought, and that is illusion. Everyone can practice it and they will be able to get, we say intuition. I met a woman who has got a very high intuition. But she says, I get confused. The moment I get intuition, I get confused. Because the second thought, the moment you get your intuition, the second thought is exactly opposite to the first thought. What you have to catch, what you have to hold is your first thought. And then everything will be okay. I hope that answers our question, yeah.
Yeah, I like that trick.
Thank
I've
you.
heard it from you before, and it seems it works.
Working. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. So there's another question. The soul is the higher self, or the soul has a higher self too? Did you understand it?
Yeah. Soul is the higher self. What, when I say identify yourself, that is means what? You identify your soul. Soul is nothing but consciousness. Uh, so when you are able to identify yourself, that means you became soul. Not worried about your body, not worried about whether I should comb my hairs or not, not worried about what clothes you wear, not worried about anything. At that state of being, please don't call it a state of mind. At that state of being, nothing matters to you. You are able to understand that this body belongs to you. It's not you. When that state comes in, whatever the consciousness is, that consciousness is soul. And soul is God. Soul is space. So the moment you reach to that stage, you reach to God automatically. Hope.
Thank you very much, Guruji.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Another question. How do emotions play a role in this search towards your inner journey to know you're on the right path? So, how do emotions play a role in this search towards your inner journey to know you're on the right path?
Whether you are
Whether you
on
are
right
on
path
right
or
path or
not,
not,
emotions cannot
emotions cannot
decide.
decide.
That
That
voice
voice
comes
comes
from your
from
inner
your
self.
inner self.
Emotions are a
Emotions are
hurdle.
hurdle.
They
They
don't
don't
help you.
help you.
Okay.
Okay.
And
And
in this
in this
also,
also,
we start
we start
defining
defining
negative
negative
emotions and
emotions and
positive
positive
emotions.
emotions.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
and,
and
while
while
defining
defining
negative and
negative and
positive
positive
emotions, we
emotions,
start
we start
defining
defining
negative karma
negative
and
karma and
positive karma.
positive karma.
Now I tell
Now
you,
I tell you,
both
both
these
these
things are
things are
trap.
trap.
Okay.
Okay.
You
You
catch a
catch
bird,
a
there are a
bird.
lot of
There are a
birds
lot of
here.
birds here.
They come
They
and play
come
with
and play
me.
with me.
They don't
They
fear
don't fear
because I have
because
never
I have
harmed
never
them.
harmed them.
But the
But the
moment
moment
some
some
visitor comes
visitor
in,
comes in,
they go away
they go
from
away
here.
from here.
Because
Because
they don't
they don't
trust.
trust.
So
So you,
the
the
moment you
moment you
catch a
catch
bird
a bird
temporarily, let us
temporarily,
say
let
we
us say
caught a
we caught a
bird,
bird,
we are
we are
in love with
in
the
love with
bird.
the bird.
It's a
It's a
positive
positive
emotions. I
emotions. I
love the
love
bird.
the bird.
But what
But
I'll do,
what I'll do,
I will
I
say,
will
oh,
say,
I have
oh, I
plenty
have
of
plenty
money
of
and I
money and
love
I
this
love
bird.
this bird.
And therefore,
And
what I
therefore, what
do,
I do,
I
I
buy a
buy a
cage
cage
of
of
silver.
silver.
Okay.
Okay.
When you
When you
hate a
hate a
bird,
bird,
you buy
you
a
buy
cage
a
of
cage of
iron.
iron.
Cage is a
Cage is a
cage.
cage.
Both
Both
these
these
things
things
bind you.
bind you.
Both
Both
these
these
positive and
positive and
negative
negative
emotions
emotions
bind you
bind
with
you with
karma.
karma.
And
And
you
you
have to
have to
come
come
back
back
to
to
get the
get the
result of
result of
your
your
good
good
deeds and
deeds
bad
and bad
deeds.
deeds.
So
So
emotions
emotions
definitely
definitely
do not
do not
help.
help.
And
And
therefore,
therefore,
the
the
moment we
moment we
start
start
the
the
journey to
journey to
spirituality,
spirituality,
Tantra
Tantra
says
says
very clear.
very clear.
That is not the
That is not the
Tantra, I'm not
Tantra, I'm
talking
not
about
talking
sexual
about
Tantra,
sexual Tantra,
which is
which is
very
very
prevalent
prevalent
world over.
world over.
Tantra
Tantra
is a
is a
system of
system of
spirituality.
spirituality.
And it
And it
says
says
the
the
first
first
thing
thing
to
to
remove
remove
fear from
fear
you.
from you.
That is the
That is the
worst
worst
emotion
emotion
human being
human being
has.
has.
Because of the
Because of the
fear, we
fear,
try
we
to
try to
stop things
stop
for our
things for our
future,
future,
whether
whether
future will
future
give me
will
food
give
or
me food or
not.
not.
One of the
One of
example
the
I give
example I
you,
give you,
these days
these days,
Corona is there
Corona is there
everywhere.
everywhere.
Corona kit
Corona
is there,
kit is there,
to test
to
whether you
test
have
whether you
Corona
have
or
Corona or
not.
not.
People are
People
buying
are
it
buying
even
it
if they
even
don't
if they
have it.
don't have it.
What if I
What if
have?
I have?
And the
And
real
the
people
real
who need
people who
it,
need it,
it is not
it is not
reaching to them.
reaching to them.
So this
So this
fear
fear
that
that
what
what
if
if
spirituality
spirituality
says to
says to
remove
remove
first.
first?
What
What
if
if
is a
is a
very
very
adverse thing.
adverse thing.
So all
So
these
all these
emotions,
emotions,
specifically the
specifically the
emotions of
emotions of
fear,
fear,
shame,
shame,
hatred,
hatred,
anger,
anger,
and
and
illusionary love.
illusionary love.
Another
Another
a big
a big
problem of this
problem of
earth
this
is
earth
that
is that
we think
we
that we
think
are
that
in
we are
love
in love
and we try
and we
to
try
do
to do
everything to our
everything to our
partner.
partner.
And what that
And what that
everything
everything
is,
is,
cage her.
cage her.
Mhm.
You buy
You
some
buy
gold
some gold
jewelry.
jewelry.
You buy
You buy
something,
something,
give gift to
give
each
gift to
other.
each other.
But
But
we do
we
not
do not
allow our
allow our
partner to
partner to
breathe.
breathe.
We give
We give
everything,
everything,
but
but
no
no
breathe.
breathe.
And
And
the
the
reality
reality
is
is
that you
that you
need to
need to
move from
move from
here
here
to a
to a
state of
state
being,
of being,
to a
to a
love,
love,
to
to
pure
pure
love,
love,
where
where
love
love
becomes
becomes
being,
being,
not
not
doing.
doing.
So
So
all these
all these
emotions are
emotions are
struggle
struggle
or
or
hurdle
hurdle
on the
on the
path of
path of
spirituality,
spirituality.
whether
Whether
good one
good
or
one
bad
or
one.
bad one.
Both of them
Both
are
of them are
equally
equally
bad.
bad.
I hope that
I hope
answers
that
the
answers
question.
the question.
Thank you. I think so. Thank you. There's another question that I don't understand really, Olivia. What date is Kumbh?
What date is Kumbh?
Kumbh. You know you understand the question?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
There are astrological combinations, and when those astrological combinations are met, Kumbh happens. Like Kumbh in Ujjain is done when Jupiter comes in Leo. Okay, so the dates are not fixed according to the English calendar. They are fixed according to lunar calendar. But this year there is a Kumbh in Haridwar, and that is in the month of December, January. So people live there for about a year, and December, January is very cold in Haridwar. It's a starting point of Himalaya, so it is very cold. And people go there, they live, they dip every morning in the Ganges, do not take shower with the warm water, they remain naturally. And there is a sect called Nagas, they live without clothes also. In those extreme winters, they don't wear anything. They always remain nude, and early morning on some very specific astrological constellations, they go and dip inside the river Ganges. So Kumbh every 12 years, it is different date. Dates are not fixed because the whole thing is based on lunar calendar and not on solar calendar which we are using. So every time you want to attend Kumbh, you will have to find the date for that particular year.
Okay. So this year, the next Kumbh is in December,
Yeah.
you said?
Half of December and half of January is the Kumbh, and it is in Haridwar. 4 different places every 12 years, Kumbh comes in. Those places are Prayag, Ujjain, Haridwar, and in Maharashtra.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Olivia, then we can do a post and put those dates and places in one of the next posts. We'll do that.
Thank you.
So there is another question. Say you are having a discussion or argument with someone, but you want to but you want them to respect you. So that is the question comment. Did you get it? Say you're having a discussion or argument with someone, but you want them to respect you.
Respect whom? There is no difference between you and him. And the word, Indian word which is being used, namaste, it says, the spirit in me greets spirit in you. And there is no need for any arguments. You know, why arguments are there? Because we always want to win. And I tell you, I have no argument with my wife because whatever she says, I accept. So that makes life so simple and so nice that you know that you are going to lose, but you always try to win. So, why arguments are needed? You see, Shiva has said very nice statement once in something, that I made logic so that people always try to remain in the illusion, because logic and illusion, they are together and they never be able to reach the truth. Okay, so when you have got a lot of logic, you try to prove your point beyond truth. Truth does not need any logic. It doesn't need to be proved. You just make a statement. If the person you are arguing with understands it, it's okay. If she doesn't understand it, you should be happy, it's again okay. Why you want to impose your thoughts on somebody? I hope that answers her question.